Why is this happening that way? It is because we don't evaluate our cultural stance. And when we come to this country now, there is a different culture here. The spirit of Britannia is very strong. And so if you don't choose a woman, because because of that, but listen to you are bringing the woman to another culture. We are all learning. Learning is a process. Obetimi Abe pick up a different culture here, and then she will become even worse than some of the people here. Or even if you're a woman and you bring a man also from over there and you come over here now, that is one thing. Another thing I'm sure say, we are not addressing is the shift in society. And it's very important for you to understand. Say, and then we can say a ma adoso, say a mema. And a lot of times, the psychology of marriage with certain men, and not all men, is that maybe I made a mistake marrying too early. Maybe I made a mistake marrying this person. Why? Because there are lots of women out there beckoning on their doors that, look, I am not ready to marry you. I am not ready for anything. I just want to have a piece of your flesh because and because we live in a very free society and we live in a very morally loose society, this becomes a challenge, even for those who are very, very moralistic. A big challenge. And, again, it is cultural. When you come into this country and you don't study the culture and everything else and how it impacts you and how you make decisions on relationships, it can really affect your life. Me say, last year, 30 years in marriage, but I've lived all my adult life in this country, and I'm telling you, even for me as a pastor, it is not easy because the culture spells so many things. Now I have thrown a wild net out there, I know, but maybe throughout the discussion I can do some precipitation, if I can put that word in there, so I can go into some specifics. But what I'm saying is that compatibility is one key. If you marry somebody who you are not compatible with, where culture is concerned, where ideology of life is concerned, where your journey of life is concerned, now you get divergence, and every divergence becomes separation, and every separation results in divorce, unfortunately.
Now, Papa, okay, about choosing a life partner based but choosing a way. Dear meeting, how would I be able to manage to make my marriage sustainable or enjoyable?
A lot of talking and a lot of sacrifice. A lot of talking and a lot of sacrifice. Maybe to me, because Oko warrior bar, owo bu emani papa. Say the papa tiasia. Ana owo bu ma memman penifo. It is a key to the character of the person. Oko warrior bema. Yes, say. That means that it's a long journey. And because it's a long journey, there'll be pitfalls in the journey. What does that mean? It means say, Obema obi e tunufwa. Obetimaka say, e kamenkwa kamenye in kamiti. But papa, what can intino? Mami, what can intino? Unya obema sa, and unya obasa. You can go far because there's no marriage. There are no challenges in it. Into how you make your marriage work, because some of us made mistakes, isn't it? Because obviously you didn't look at compatibility and all those things, and you're not in it. But it is talking. It was so kasa. A lot of time we lose our communication. Me say, utimi meeting. The member who say with me, member who say I didn't the member who say I'm prepared to resolve matters. That is my philosophy. Bible chemi bibia be pepper or say a ma ubufu na don't let the sun go down on your anger. And to bibi hamia me straight and me so cry. I mean, when who's about lucrating because when you practice those things, it really helps. And now warrior normal, ordinary platonic relationships. When you learn to discuss your feeling and when something goes wrong and you deal with it quickly, it doesn't fester. It's one of the things you are saying, is how do you make it work? By talking. Communication is very, very, very important. You need to talk and talk and talk. And if your partner doesn't like talking, then find ways by which he can be excited to get certain things through. And to say football, whatever, now go around it. Because you know what? Marriage is work. A lot of people marriage think it's just hunky-dory stuff. Marriage is work. And if you're not prepared to work, then don't marry. Stay single. Because it is absolute work. You got to learn to talk.
In your early submission, you spoke about and kanenuna yefe say a mema in a cheaty or our room. We share research in Swami share or a kwanya divorce a coso be brina. Dudona a year through adultery and a ma divorce a coso dudona a ukrum animal. What can you say about being sexually faithful to our partners? A kwanya beni a bit me afaso.
It is very challenging because also research shows that a lot of Ghanaian men or black men generally in the UK are suffering from ED, erectile dysfunction. And it is as a result of a lot of us are working overtime, working very hard. If you see dying, Ghana, they are dying, young clients, we will 1 week. No houseboy, a bed, joy, dining, all those kind of stuff. The pressure of family demanding money and all those things. And then the living in Ghana is very competitive. And so busiana so abruchia and the omubedi no edawoso na ade the answer na one kasa so wo personal development ija obi akwa abruchia obi so sidan obi akwa abruchia obi so toka obi akwa abruchia all that kind of stuff. It has that effect. And when ya oba sebe or ye very committed oba or no waka say for better for worse na say ade no ebeye wobre pe na ope baby afa. And unfortunately, in UK right now, the statistics now for the last one I checked, it's sad about 40 Ghanaians that every month, something like that. And I think it's gotten even worse. And a lot of them are men. A lot, my DPB or Nicola Elko school recently, Bastos is a Mitchell or someplace that Bastos trash here. Or Moko Hena ni pressure, and I'm 200 plus. People are going through such level of challenges. It is affecting their manhood. It is affecting their libido. It's affecting all these things. And then, unya oba sebe sex is important. Anyway, emana obefa baby. And mama no so no what didn't happen? Say they want to perform. Be am say you better to say oh onam ho kra no wu ni ho. Into obepa ndru. Into mafo fe ndru. They say Ghana no go into the sex business. Ubeton say salafia say kasapreku say say you help me with some of them. Those concussions. And people who are 30s are dying, 40s are dying. All those things because it's giving them cardiac arrest. All those, I'm not a medical doctor, so they will tell you about some of these. And I've got some in my church, and I've got friends that we do this kind of counseling together and stuff like that. And some of the things they come up with that is killing our people, it is all because people are not very excited in relationships. And the question is big. The answer, I'm not sure, because what are you going to do? Are you going to get side chick? It doesn't help the relationship. What are you going to do? You just have to seek a medical intervention if the situation is medical. But then again, that's why you got to do your vows for better, for worse. Talk again. Talk and make the person who say, Charlie, why we need to say, but say, and this is not the time for you to pass somewhere or out to pass somewhere. Together, let us go and see a doctor. Let's see how we can be able to work this through. Say sexual problem. You can now move to if anything the financial field. Accountant be no share CBS problem now. But there are so many factors that causes these things, and it pushes us into divorce. But I think like you rightly said, no, the biggest or is infidelity. But that problem, no, how can you solve it if the man is not there? Obana be catch us, me, my counsel being catch him say, Papa, I'm sorry, but and I'm also no, me a sex animal, or how do I put it? And I need my satisfaction. Okay, to be it more result in buying sex toys now at the so that they can be able to certify themselves. But unfortunately, some actually go out of the marriage to do what they have to do, and that becomes a problem to their vows.
You touched a bit on financial matters, which I personally know also a lot of divorce within our Ghanaian community. And they kakra a futu ben and I would be my aware for and they woti abia and they sikasem kakrentino cause a problem our really.
Yeah, we are CBR. To be able to deal with it and tackle it very well, you must look at foundations. The Ghanaian in Great Britain is completely different from the Ghanaian in Ghana. I repeat, the Ghanaian in Great Britain is completely different from the Ghanaian in Ghana. So the scientists will tell you that the more molecules that are energetic, they rise to the surface and they evaporate as vapor. The lazy ones stay within. Until any time you boil water, it is the energetic ones that go out. And so when you gather all of them, they're a brood of energetic molecules. In the same way, Ghana, and conform person sika, and now financial way a better, omu to free chronim. Into when omu took free chronim, na some about Ghana and London, and I say me UK, and I say America, and I say Emirates, Dubai, and any other place they go to, their first and foremost reason for being there is not a it's money making. Or sorry krana, or sorry around sikape. Say or worry around sikape. Or ye bibia or ye because the botaya or the fee Ghana the fee hono is because or per se or ye bibiko buffie. I know ye bibi bo no ano. Into already you have that foundation. So when people go into relationship now, the first thing is don't touch my finances. That is the exact reason why I am here. That becomes a real challenge because Obama also did the same with the time. Intimidating a lot of relationships are contracts. When I auto milk, when I auto me metal fencing light, metal shoe, may we. It's once those things are met, or bemanisika, or banisika. Why? Because me the butabi na me the back room. Every crap I said you, me bush your front tom who name na no reach ticket me buy. Until say, bet me certify me bush your phone na dia no. Enya dia me no sika ba boom. Now when you move along those lines now, then anything that goes wrong, no, almost say it becomes a problem. If you decide not to go that line and you decide to go BBA joint account, they fee BBA sunguma. Then no problem ba because Obama no bush for pay bibi no ko yiskini because hey, I don't know ko yiska wan kan share me. And now Obama so ko yi bibi na say hey, so money is the main reason why, or a better economy is the main reason why most Ghanaians, I cannot quantify it in percentage, but if you allow me to quantify it in my own experience, I would say 99% of everybody that came to the UK or in the UK are here for economic enrichment and betterment. So when you go into a relationship now, again, discuss, talk about money. Now be very honest and upfront with each other about Sika, and then know your goals about Sika. Mimi goal say mimi na Ghana kuma me pay now. Me basim pesca, I could see me dying, Marco Tremifie, Sikasa and I will pay. Say, talk about it. Also, by maybe crackadam so because my Tom Hunyami now may be a bombisia and I'm say. So let's talk about it. And then you begin to work it through. Maybe for me personally, and I may be wrong, but for me personally, without talking and putting structures in place for any relationship and understanding on the relationship, over a period of time, you will have problems that you cannot solve, which will end in separation and eventually divorce, because the foundations of every relationship are different. But collectively, for us, diasporans, finances and all those things forms a big chunk of the problems we have, all because we all came into this country to find better pastures for ourselves and the family. Nana, hello.
Hi, but what Minka?
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about foundations of our marriage, Papa, niti to eba abrochi hanomwa, na dodo na obia o reason or the eware. But there is also a saying, say, it's always the best to marry someone that you have a similar vision. But abrochi no, na ye kwa wari mu a, there are certain things that we don't consider ena ema ye de ko. But ebi a bibi nti ena ema ye de kwa wari ni. At this point,
ideal, you see, the by and large, now can we say I have pastored in this country coming up to about 40 years. And as the chairman of the Ghana Christian Council, like I have dealt with all churches, basically, the Orthodox and everything else. And I've come to realize from my own small research that a lot of marriages here are circumstantial. If it's circumstance, people have not, or mostly don't think through properly marriage. I'll give you an example. Maybe I'll be only share if you no realize say only krata no pakun on krata. Intino say yen na atini fie dia eni na wo muame ne krata na yenye we eno de worry. When we start basis. Another person so no only pakun ye krata emano. Oyen krata man no na fe na home office tatomo this is about 30 years ago. Home office tata omo na dia into me decide send omo ntine fie ba komu na ja omo ntimi find it's omo just by mistakes efficacy for eba homa no me somewhere aware for through that no almost like some no mo da and then aware. Another one very horrible on pa kun triable bi so onye bibi ema no edu baby no pa kun tembia say o ye be ko interview I just say me no wada you become interviewer as me no other. Now those days no now someone time just had but those days no kakra na home officer from interview kakra no my friend interview na dey and through that no and no man no and no worry it will not be sustained into no aware pa seven previous and seven started with intent and we no kakra bi and then a lot of them are ma ya warm ekruma na migrants ye be mu no dey aware no do draw na that circumstantial. Into the circumstance na edebanisano na foundation any ho. It's because foundation any ho. It begin to peak in the marriage. Again, it comes back to what I said earlier. If you are bare and honest about your relationship, you talk about it. You look at your weaknesses. You look at your strength, and then you work it through. Nana. It will help you a lot because Sebi, even though we've seen a lot of divorces, other success cases are Sebi foundation in your right, but because omunya kwanche, omunya paibo, and most importantly, omubrom to be able to flow into each other, even though they still have problems here and there, by and large, they are happy married together. Into Hama Warrior so we can introduce you program. A very big challenge.
A very big challenge. Ebusian for Afina wa joining me. Mene Reverend Conon Dr. Shadrach Ofosuware, chairperson for Christian Council UK, and I'm in how to unlock the secret of a happy marriage or what makes marriage successful. And then you ray or no abeka why no edge and come. Mammy dane me home, na me fa and crato back me bape, me ma so ho kwan. Me did this all be also question busa na onso enya kwan na or question be or contribution be a body aba na fe yatoa djumadi so. Me dane me home, beba sisia. Producer. it looks like the producer is not ready. And inti mefa busia force or question be or contribution be and enumerate or papa submission or the aba. Yes, now the producer is ready. Inti mamefa two adverts.
Funding wallets on TapTapSend. Step 1. Click on Create Ghana Cedi Wallets below when you open the app. Step 2. Enter amount of your choice in Ghana Cedis. Step 3. Click on the Confirm and Fund wallet below to confirm. Step 4. Your wallet has been successfully funded. Step 5. Enter amount of your choice in Ghana Cedis. Step 6. Select or add new recipient. Step 7. Choose wallet as payment method. Step 8. Click on the Pay with Wallet below to confirm. Step 9. Your transaction is successful. Funding wallets on TapTapSend. Step 1. Click on Create Ghana Cedi Wallets below when you open the app. Step 2. Enter amount of your choice in Ghana Cedis. Step 3. Click on the Confirm and Fund wallet below to confirm. Step 4. Your wallet has been successfully funded. Step 5. Enter amount of your choice in Ghana Cedis. Step 6. Select or add new recipient. Step 7. Choose wallet as payment method. Step 8. Click on the Pay with Wallet below to confirm. Step 9. Your transaction is successful.
Yo. Producer me that say nanka mpɛsɛ ɔde baako ka on so ma memfa we ya na afi memfa questions abusuafo sabre kwan ɛda hɔ no mo sɛ wo nso wo question bi a wobɛtimi ɛde aba na yahwɛ kwan a yɛbɛfa so na yɛn aware ebetimi ayɛ successful even when there are challenges kwan bɛ ni ebetimi afa so mehu Tilly sɛ wama ne nsa so. Tilly, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you, Nana. I'm so interested in this topic and I'm happy to ask a question. Thank you, Rev'd. I came in very late, so I couldn't listen from the beginning, but you spoke about being compatibility before getting married. Sometimes you may meet someone and you think you are compatible because beginning is so nice, so good. You don't see any red flag until you live with a person. Then you see a whole lot of things. So how would you know? You know, it's very difficult sometimes to see a red flag from the beginning. How would you know that? How, you know, if you can tell me a bit, you know, how to go about that situation. And I also believe that if you are not happy in a marriage, you don't have to be in it, you know, because most of the time you see one person getting committing suicide. So I just want a brief on that area, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chili. That my thing is that because marriage it can drain your life, like you rightly said, it can kill you literally, slow poison. There's nothing so stronger than marital slow poison. What you do is that even if it takes you 1 year to befriend the person, that is more important because people cannot hide for too long. And so I tell people that marry your friend.
Marry your friend.
If you want a peaceful future, marry your friend. Statistics have shown that those who marry their friends, the chances are very, very less that they'll be unhappy or divorced in their relationship. Those who have love at first sight is not sustainable. And those who make believe love is also not sustainable. A marriage that is really sustainable is marriages that I married my friend. And 30 years, we've been very happy. This year will be 31 years. When you marry your friend, even when you make mistakes, it is forgivable. But a lot of people have that make-believe thing. So they meet someone, or don't know, they love the person and everything else. And within 2-3 months, they want to marry because they've seen no red flags. You know, when the person is a friend, you will see red flags. And that red flags, you tell yourself whether I can handle it or I cannot handle it. Because at the end of the day, it is not about problems. It is about problems resolution, because everybody has problems. I'm not perfect. My wife is not perfect. Nobody is perfect. But then something that you can handle. Then she can handle my imperfections and I can handle her imperfections. So at the end of the day, it makes it work well. So it is not about getting a perfect person. It's about getting somebody you are compatible with, in terms that even his or her problems, you are able to handle. I tell people that when you meet somebody, you are not supposed to try to change that person. If that person is, say, 30 years old, yeah, it takes another 30 years for you to change the person's character. So don't say that I'm marrying somebody so I can change him, or I'm marrying somebody I can change him. No, you are not a school teacher and you are not his master. You marry somebody you can easily love. And usually when you have a friend, so for instance, I met somebody today, I'm not married, I met somebody today. I'm not going to marry the person. From what I know, I'll wait till next 2 years. I'll be friends with the person. And let us go around, let us have friendship. And then within that 1 year or 2 years, definitely, if there's any red flags, they will come up. If there's anything, it will come up. And that will make me make that decision, because you know what? You don't, especially women are more disadvantaged in the sense that when you get to a particular age, you are no longer sellable. But forgive my expression, but you are no longer sellable. Whereas because men are in shortage, a man 80 years can even get a 30-year-old to marry. But a woman 80 years may never get anybody to marry. So women are more vulnerable when it comes to this. So women must think better. Unfortunately, the statistics shows that it's women rather who don't, but it's women that should, really, because if you miss your boat, it will take a miracle for the boat to turn around. It is important that you take time to make friends. And when you take time to make friends and you go through friendship for at least a year, you will be able to find out that the person is for you for life. And statistics have shown that in such cases, it does happen for life. Now, your second question about relationship, when somebody is not happy in relationship. I am not one of those pastors that say that people should stay in a relationship when they are not happy. No, I don't believe in that. I believe, especially if there's a threat of death. And where I'm coming from, let me tell you quickly.
It looks like Reverend we know a physical cry. I will try and see a Benyano Baka. There are a few people who say, "Oh, my mom was
I haven't finished with my question, and so I want him to finish. So, okay.
Yeah, he's back.
They went to the house. I'll finish this quickly. They went to the house, and then whilst they were seated waiting, the man said, "Oh, I want to go up and go and get something," because his staff was in the house. So quickly he went up. Before they could hear, there was a shout upstairs. So all the elders and the people rushed upstairs to see what was going on. He had killed the woman. Killed. They felt so guilty. And one of the pastors, even up to today, as I'm talking to you, if you ask the person that what is one of his regrets in life, he will tell you this story. So sometimes when death is a threat in a relationship, you shouldn't force it. People should go their separate ways, because life is sacrosanct. You cannot play with your life. Thank you.
Okay, and just a quick one, and to finish it. So, my other thing, what you said, I agree with you. You have to marry your friend. It's very important. You have to be compatible. Sometimes this thing, I was speaking to a man of God. I mentioned these two things, and he said to me, "No, you don't need to marry your friend. You don't need to be compatible." I was a bit confused on that, but I also believe that it's better to marry a friend than just to choose someone that you are not compatible with. But now you mentioned about marrying your friend. You have to know the person very well before you marry the person. So for how long do you have to be in a courtship? Because sometimes I'm telling you, out of an experience that I've seen, the person will be friends. Some people can hide their character. Because they want you, they can hide that character until you live with a person. So how long do you have to be in a courtship before saying yes to whoever? Yeah.
So for instance, I'm going out with A. A lives in Ghana, I live over here. The name is that I've gone out with A for 1 year or 2 years, so I know it's not true. I have only known A for 3 days out of the 1 year, because it is that 3 days that we were actually in personal contact. Sometimes we make times and seasons fool us. You know, you can even be in the same city and you don't meet regularly, and then you conclude that at the end of the day, this is what is happening. No, I don't believe in that. When I talk friends, I'm talking about somebody you banter with, if not on daily basis, at least weekly basis. Somebody you are doing stuff with. I'm telling you, within a year, you will know if it's right for you or it's not right for you. That's what I'm saying. Because a lot of times people count the years or the time, they don't count contact. And a lot of times it's the contact that is important, not how far or how long you are
communication. Is it communication? Is it communication?
It's communication, but verbal communication is not as effective as bodily communication.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You got to meet and do stuff. You know, you got to meet and do stuff. You got to meet. That's when you see things, because people can hide behind the telephone. They can hide behind things. But when you're meeting regularly, you eat together, you dine together, you go out together, you go to parties, you go to friends, you go to all those things. By all means, within that 6 months to 1 year, something will come out.
I believe, I agree with that. Yes, I agree. Thank you. Nana, I'll come back again. I want to give people a chance. I have another question, but I'll come back. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Also, I was going to ask a question, but later on, we're breaking it down. Emma, me question. Now, can say you need to meet and do stuff. Now, actually, no be not stuff. Okay. Episode 4 said, question be still with me on this show tonight is Reverend Conon Dr. Shadrach Ofosuware, chairperson for Ghana Christian Council UK, and also head pastor Freedom Center International Worldwide. Ono and yeneno education and comment on how to make your marriage successful or unlocking the secret of a happy marriage. And you may say, any question, contribution, be a quite, or especially those who are on Zoom, Oma on Saswa, Mefro, now question be a or the Abba, na fe we yano, enche, yadino, ABC, na fe ya toa jumediano, so yade tap sign focus section, ebe twaso. Also for Obi Busa say, she's been faithful, ewa na wariemu. Osha basika semonswa ono na wo tia more. How do you resolve this? Or your ono no your pano?
I know there a decision. Me catch for say marriage has shifted culturally, and sometimes we need to understand the perception and how we mitigate some of these problems. Say we are see a way. Mama, example, Obi a CEO Oba of say PricewaterhouseCoopers or Pricewaterhouse or maybe one of those big financial companies, but building a very formidable organization, put in structures, financial structures, budgeting, all those things. No worry. None you can name anything about finance. Can you tell me, say, the man must be in charge of the finances? No. There was nowhere in the scripture, if you're a Christian, that says that it is the man that must control the finances of the family. There's nowhere. A culturally biased thing that we have put in place. International ban and the fencing finances only way you should be able to lead in that department. Obema no so na onim handle na there because marriage, has got to do with covenant. But the covenant, and every covenant, the strength of the covenant is the terms of the covenant. What he has is the terms of the covenant. Now, Matthew is very interesting. I say you cannot divorce except by marital unfaithfulness. Now, marital unfaithfulness is sex in Kwan. Marital unfaithfulness is whatever the term of the relationship is. Internet say, you agree, my worry will be na me vows and say, Mina Meshan Colano. Nasi me my Shan Colana, I have been unfaithful. You see, that's what Jesus said over there. We have only limited it to sex. It is not just sex, it is any term of the relationship. Say about worry now because the friend is saying media benim say di and I mean way but we know we will not be taking care of that. We should take care of this. No ni pakuno wanya. It's been unfaithful. Oh, and you know, once Obano FLA say he's been disadvantaged, he's going through all those problems now. I think the wisdom behind it, is to sit with the man and talk to the man about this. If the man is not listening, only pakwa tie our real nature, I say ye Ghana for into Ghana waribiano, ye tie echi, only pakwa tie our real nature. Now, some of the warrior no calling now on no moka. Now, when we're chilling na say on your way, maybe the woman is better off on her own. Because listen to me, and yes, sir, I will mighty bremu, or baba you bremu. Now, if bedu 50 saunia, what don't be jumana de adibium, no bemana than nechi. Now, for the rest of your life, no ubedia bobo, there be you must live life in anticipation that your tomorrow will be better than your today. And we go into relationship to better ourselves and better the other person. We don't go into relationship to kill ourselves and kill the other person. There's nowhere that talks about this in the Bible. And we cannot push people to stay in toxic relationships that is killing them gradually. That is also very wrong. The scripture doesn't encourage that. In fact, when about Malachi, say, do not act violence towards your wife. Why? Or your loved one of your youth. Why? Because when you do that now, the marriage will end in divorce. And I, the Lord, I hate divorce. Now, God didn't say he hates divorce in a vacuum. Debbie. Or say, we yes, I did now. About marriage, I ended up in divorce. And I'm a divorce into men, yes, sir. Into course now, yes, I did. Unfortunately, I ended up in divorce. Because life, again, I said, life is sacrosanct. Obronika said life, and I said, Putokasaka said, life is sacrosanct. It means that whatever you do in your life, the first intention must preserve life. So whatever situation you go in that doesn't preserve life now, then it's a wrong thing. Do you know that sometimes you can even lie to preserve life? And that is not sin. Oh, that is how important life is to God. And you want to be for 25 years, 30 years. Now, dear Bobo, son, or dear co-woman. And I said, what is the purpose of it? No, I don't agree I don't agree with it, and I don't see the Bible teaching that. And so a baby and now maybe for that matter is doing all the things that the partner is not helping and is causing problems. If you cannot deal with it, go to the person that is behind the marriage, talk about it. If he doesn't listen, take it to your pastor, talk about it. Still he doesn't listen, maybe you are better off on your own, because already you're on your own anyway.
Did I say, in fact, woman of God, or meet yourself na for a question, bra.
Good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening, wherever that you are. Editena.
Nami adom, yes, adom, yepa.
You.
My question I want to say is regard my twin sister. I have a twin. And she's going through a lot. And being a woman of God, sometimes I don't know what to tell her. Na on a crew, I'm worried for over 30 years now, about 35 years. And recently, she found out that the husband have a side chick, cheating with another woman in Ghana. They both from Ghana. So we're confronting Nukru, but to the extent before the husband was denying, and then finally, Nukru Jitumu said, so what? That's her friend, her friendship, and he will never stop talking to her, no matter what the wife says. Now, I didn't have my sister, and I'm worried, say, obey Yari, because now say you need to blood pressure, all this medication. So, and being an elder at the church, she doesn't want to get out of the marriage. To the extent, say, you can go. This marriage, I don't want it anymore. I want a divorce. To the face. And the husband is still cheating with this side chick in Ghana, or Sheno, or man who chop money. I mean, the husband is treating this other woman like a second wife, literally. And a woman also was matu, and the husband is the one taking care of the woman's children. Mrs. called a yaumupa because ono no di be manu ba kromha. Noni na tinabe 35 years. Now she is in the late 50s, or this 60, or she's about 57 years old, and the husband is 60. So she doesn't know what to do. Say, on Janu, no Janua, Papa, you call retirement. Catch any side chick, ni say, or by retirement, you be manu sika bebre, no, the abagana, no more enjoy. My sister doesn't know what to do. And see, I need advice. Man of God, tell me something to be able to tell her.
I'll ask you a question. Life and wallowing in pain, which one is better?
Life, of course. Life.
That's right. I know it's tough, but I have different views on some of these things. The fact that he's behaving that way clearly means that he doesn't love her anymore. There is two things. Either she will have to pray for God to reveal to her that this is the direction the man is going and stuff, or now that she has strength and she has energy and she's 50 these days, 57, you are not old.
57,
Yeah, 57, you are not old these days. Some time ago when they said that you are 57, you are old man. These days it is not very so, or old woman, it's not very so. I would say that he needs to take advice from the family, because when it comes to marriage is about family, not the church. People make that big mistakes as well. It's about family, because the families that authenticate marriages, we just come in, we bless because it's a tradition that we have created. But the Bible says a man will leave the family, the woman will leave the family, and will join together. So the family has that authority. Meet with the family and talk about it, because now he's got blood pressure. Now he's got all these things. Who knows? Because blood pressure is very dangerous. That we call it a silent killer,
Yeah.
And I will not advise her to go on blood pressure tablets and all those things. I think the family should advise her. And if it's my own blood sister, I will speak to the man. And if I see that the man is up to no good, I will take my sister away. That is the truth, I'm telling you. Because at the end of the day, her life is more important than what is going on.
You are right, man of God. The thing is, my sister, she's so much in love with this man. And the man doesn't respect anybody. The man doesn't even go to church. He doesn't even respect pastors. And it's like nobody can speak to this man. And my sister is an elder at the church. So right now, the man told her that he doesn't want her anymore. He wants a divorce, but he's still sleeping with her. And at the same time, he's calling this side chick in Ghana, sleeping with her over the phone, having phone sex every day.
Mbacho, Rev, wrapping it up or Hanamu Mamina, Mimfa, other people and wrap it up at this section.
Okay.
And I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, you're a woman of God. Pray about it, but definitely seek some of the elders of your family, sit down, talk about it, and then maybe you can help her through prayer, because if her heart is in it, that can also destroy her. And that is why I tell people, don't marry with your heart, you marry with your head. That is what marriage is. You never married with your heart. If you married with your heart, you get yourself into trouble. You marry with your head. And if you want explanation of that, sometime we'll explain that.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Tilly, my main one or two questions now for me for this section in C na yemfa tap and focus and twaso and fama. Tilly, you.
Nana Medase, Reverend, I'm back again. Yes, Sister Naoka say the little that I can say to that is So for a woman to marry a marriage for 35 years, that's a long years. So many times the devil set into these marriages. And I believe, say, empire bo subetimia ye bibi. So, I think, say, empire bo here in this kind of situation. I'm not saying that, say, she should stay in the marriage. If it's not looking good, she should, get a divorce, but I think you should pray about it. I was going to mention something of that sort before our sister came in. So many times we don't pray regarding relationship or marriage, and once we married, the devil sets in and it gets to divorce. Reverend, you spoke about a lady or sending message regarding and you answered that. What I have realized lately is men, it's not like before. Men are marrying women thinking, well, some men on as if they are doing the woman a favor. And now, you see them, they leave everything, the household, the children, a woman looking after the house, doing all kinds of things. When him say, or feel say, you'll be desperate. So I'm seeing men taking advantage of women lately, or but say a man or bar is well to do, to get into the relationship. Now, another thing I miss to say, initially or before people get married, there is a counseling. But I realize that lately that is not happening. Like what Reverend you are telling us, I don't know how many people come to you for counseling before they get into marriage. Is it very important to do that? Does it help for counseling before getting into marriage when you meet someone? Thank you. Nana, I'm done. Thank you. Me, baby.
That's okay, Tilly. Important. Me no, some de me my home de ebe tai wari chia. I was saying who be wari na eko. Yes, I mean from my home in touch. Until who me say me share wari, so I mean cancel omo because our be are different. And me kaisa unkophobia me cancel omo na and say be cut a long story short. Me catch almost say they are not meant for each other. I'm cry free and until later no. When say some I will marry you, but I will bless you, but at the end of the day, no, you are not compatible. Omo worry 3 months happen. Omo be whom some omo pay divorce. Me say me kwesi come divorce because me catch them say you're not compatible. And but rather no matter much. And my talk much omo worry I very good up to now. And that's why I said earlier. I said it's work. Because if you don't want to do too much work in the relationship, then marry your friend. Because when you marry your friend now, and this thing I would say 30 years or marriage channel. Sometimes 30 years a management too. Sometimes because we are married to a management from day one. The problem was there, but it didn't come to the surface. What I said, and a lot of people have been what I call crisis management. Into mu manage into bu oma 30 years nya hotoda onya ni jeda because no only pakono what ya kan so what ya say so ma they know how to manipulate women because be one man there are about 3 or 4 women knocking on the door to get in into no say all worry ko ye wa because a ma omo etale chi na nya market wa unfortunately no the system we are in, it is women who are giving men scholarship, and they are. One of my guys went to Ghana. Or take wedding. I see. Or wedding. I see. And then the wife has sorry so about him. I don't get a better than it. Get better just want catch any so or bambata and yes or Virginia warrior or no dear or bambata keke. Now, daddy, we will get Croman or friend say, hey, so for Asima 2 million, Miss Asima 2. We don't wish I more ever. It is a challenge. It's when you're a godly man, so the can say was here bomb pie. When you're a godly man or a godly woman, you are in trouble because the society, the system will even pressure you to do stuff. Obama be also back in the year that home, but only before that. But into what will you do? So then you'll be tempted to do that. And at the end of the day, yes, so ever cause problems for the relationship. So these are real challenges that we are dealing with in the 21st century.
Great challenges that we are having in the 21st century. Tilly, thank you very much for your question. Let me pick Mark B. Affo. Then I'm a last one. I'm the 2 questions that count now the section. Let's see. Mark, we want to hear from you. Good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yes,
I'm talking from Ghana, and I want to contribute to my men now say Nukuno, worry over 30 years or something now. After Nukunya and 70, she's dying. I would say, I think for these years, no, our experience, beside the name Bibia, the idea before and I say, dear commercial, a Sankonya Botre, no more control, no, Atanasi. Na why send obi kan de mpa boni akrokro atena ho a nka me sure say ebia be ma no onene nkontokwa no a wantiantia na na say ebia anye gidigidi no on be ma no so fa ho tin ka say oja na okọ nso nke ebia akrokro de ne hwe no to no bo ase ma be ma no ye ya ke be du time no no abehu say ebia be ma na nkasa baba te du be bia ya na again ni we ni to aso a na say wo ba so money affect you so much nyoma ye say nka wutumi ye ma wow, a development build so to me, wow, personally, no, if you now here do well, but now say you have wasted your life. So it is better says most of the time you let patients and how do we call it? Abutre di enim kind near you a crop near abutre near a bay a bit in Yama Bemano Atnas instead of a bed and into I saw a pain. Sometimes I saw a pain, so yeah, example be a say to me, lady a mouse or in bow. Yen your my ben yen ye be a ben. Even suban crab a dened, never be man on quas or crate to make in a bassory. Sano say a ye name in a yabutre. Send you punish the same cry at least. Yes, subani a crocrobi to me, a mani panija in Yomabia, or ye, Medasi.
Right, Yebedasi, name Yemfa, sorry, Mark, Yebedasi, Yemfa Bright, Christopher, Enso, and Tuaso. Christopher, ye too. Chris, please unmute yourself. Na fa also dear bra. Yo, Sir Chris.
But that's if I said Mama Kwenya said me contribute to the discussion. Make us a free Glasgow. Now the so di kai no and I'm person Mrs. said you marry your friend, but you don't marry any other person. Say be a winnim no. Na ebia office ebia okohia no ho ofe anase bia sense na aware no but the mpese me kaka ho ne se un se ye wo culture bi me ye wo me e wo Kumase tete me wo Kumase but me free upper east na ye cultural system no nso no edetecti enoma bi e wo ya aware mu se aka man mu no ye beka se bia okọ aware a kopeja pade na wokọ aware na wokọ japade no waka ama oba na te se yekọ japade nti wokọ japade no den a ono okọ no competition especially se bia waba abroche no oba isifie e wo Ghana be man so isifie wo Ghana then you ask yourself say nti munmie nu na mokọ Ghana hemfa na mokọ tena enkola na mo wo mo no nti bo hu se nipa na ba obi a won mindset se e bia aware na mo wo mu krampo no da che krampo na e bia aware betimi agu nti aware ni gu a ebia o be ko hen be ma no be ka se ne fie ni oba no so be ka se ne fie ni nti obi afre even though you are in a relationship mo wo but mo wo mindset bi se aware ni betimi agu
I say
so nti eno no factor bi a e determine I don't want to sound tribalistic but maybe krom there is your culture bi a fine there is a negative aspect to it say but you will believe this say oba etotu a etrebema edem that is our culture though born and bred in Kumase but I'm well versed in my culture. Say me yira me ware no japadi bi obenye bia no meaning say a lot of people are not going to side with me, especially our sisters on the platform. But oba ni japadi a it is known to both parties say eye be ma no edia anase bia one be ma no dia no ne bushia for say oba no krompo film kwa be ma no oba no bushia for ntimi embe press japadi no nti eno no e bind omo together omunim so omuye bibia separation bar they will suffer nti omu nyina no bo say omuye bibia together but here is the case say bia obi kwa ware ni aka cho so okọ akọpeja pade na fabra na ono so okọ no ne maame e push no be ma no so maame e push no nti omu do omo ho kra mpo say bia friendship na doctor ka no kra mpo ebedidu ba ebi na say ye push we kwa fabra na is the competition ye push we kwa fabra nti esa na na ese me ye we na me this year we ese me ye we na me this year we. But in the situation say me tia sisi say bia me wodan be say 20 wo Ghana na me be fa oba wo krom han say bia me waro na e yakoma pa. Sa japade na me di kanya esan say me do no ntimi nim say ye nyina dia because I don't have any intention of maybe walking away from the marriage. But say ekoba say bia na ko peja japade be na we so ko na we so ko peja japade ba, then definitely so even say mo ye na fofo krampo na it will get to a point am ahwe ye a sa push factors na a free families no urban so wanya so papa na so wanya mama papa and I say bia busiafo no ye nyina na anya papa, definitely it will happen. And that is one of the main causes of the failures of marriages in Europe. Hanma me ba hanma enche ma ba ma behun e japade or don't bet my honor, but the push factors will pull it away. Say, mention contribution I'm a one. And let me add this. So for my name, so as my work and I'm saying or free Ghana no as summarizing in that. Sometimes when say you share the assembly from the other side. And man, so you do baby, obudu stage be I no mufi say bia. Martina warena si ache nti sisi obet oh no maybe wo honoma na omunye biu. And a bear so no ye pa krokro. I no say ma pa krokro, me ma pa krokro say ma. Say when timi an krokro be ma ne udi abufuo epushi na udi abufuo it will get to a point that one here okwa on be or na tade sign okon ho a on be bi okoto da me ni wi a on me fie biu wokọ be bi na no ho tona but wo ba no untimi nkọ be bi onu betimi akọ no untimi nkọ ho nti sometimes ye nua ma na ya o munya botre ye no ya I say phone charger ye timi charge phone bia o but omo de omo ntimi nya sa wo ma bia na ye wo ma na ye timi de wo fufo bia ba omo de omo ya ehun baba asem nti se wo ne be mate na se bia wa anya sa ahomrase na ye kokokoko a ye den ya bebe fie na se duru ba bi nso na se bia wa anya sa abotre na ka se bia opushi na wakwa o ma bio nti ya mo nya abotre ma ye
yo Grace o charger no timi charge your baby first na net is ne man bi nso timi charge your baby o yo ya ko Mamimfa, is it Perry dad, any last person I may find on nothing, Mama, or so far wrap up on my Perry. Please unmute yourself and ask your question or contribution. Perry, and to me, because I am for A class, Bajo Yetio.
For any doctor, so you know, CP so for and a topic. Nana Kwame, Yami Insha. Good.
Hello.
But
yeah, Perry, I thought A class we are now do the account of my wrap up. A class,
okay.
Good. Dr. Shadrach get a CP so. Me the example be a me so for back be a kama me ete or say no you married counseling na. Anytime your baby ano a man ba or two or more for or more much shade dra or more moton nema or more de che nina no or two or more for the etish store shen nano a chen so mu temptation wa femu one time be back put the no call the chen free and or then or can see so and or then yakopon 8 million free mo or be fear no so or break or kokwan so akwakohe se obetimi ato ade afri ni store there mu a okoya excuse dictionary chapter 1 abre chapter 2 eriabodo chapter 3 na sane ko oha no de abufu den afri ono eko back to na asori efie se oye den okokoto na adwuma so na enam ni bi so den esan ba kwa mu osofo no oba na ono aware na ono ne tifie no ankasa ye den epie na tiko so ngede ongotom it is sometimes say the papa e kan yan ware ye nuanom ananse obi a ye gini edi no no kre but so if yan kasa no yan fasa nyema no antutu akwam anhihye ne ye amana balance equation a ye be wi achi no na ye yan kasa no ya pamo ye the spouses no amoma den akokoto amna bi mu a samna kro no omunye den mu firi mu ana mu ayeden ayeden intimate said also for ne nuanom bi mu akike ka no ye momodi a quote ba ko ametade ma amanfo se ebia me ye word na na se me ammo ware foforo no amtaka chom se so ubetimi a every single day bia no wo yire na wo ware no won ne nye de entwempra emu eyeden obi beka se a emprantwe no enene se You just say I do say there's an added a can't manisha. Yes, and Franche air den chain our say air the chain our redia. And we don't know what warrior no one in interest some plana and more deno. It's a kitchen, say stairs, say bathroom everywhere. No, let it flow. And get timetable as Madam I said, Madam Bessia.
All right, class, yeah, that's it. And I'm in so a married counselor, sir. Yamfa Perry, and so and twice enough a year, yam for BAB.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
But you're waiting a question for Sofo.
I was also from Wimau.
Thank you, Pastor. The number who said Nancy, no, on especially for our sisters and our kids who are growing up, especially for man, I say career, being settled, etc. No, a deal meaning. A lot of the times, man, beautiful ladies in their 30s, they are doing very well. But no mutosin, difficult to find a man or to settle down. And a lot of the time, they think they are okay. Not knowing, you get to an age where it will be very difficult for childbearing, etc. Me who say, what can we do to be able to guide and encourage them so that they can find the right balance? So Bianca said, education, career, who here. But a lot of the times, it comes at the expense of marriage or even a well-settled relationship.
But somehow Canada, no kwanswa no. If I tell you I've got solution for it now, na me dada. I am a community leader. I have pastored churches all over the globe. I realize that the problem is one everywhere. And that is, traditionally, no, obema any bisa oba ase. And the man that catch us, and I know who be baby sama sanami de me, the same de me can suba be baby sama sia. It is a strong factor. And then me man on mapano. A lot of them now, like was it Tilly or somebody that said, you be but a lot of them, and I'm saying from experience and also as a researcher. So I have facts I'm talking about. A lot of them are not ready to make one strict commitment. A lot of men would like to taste ama, ekia, comfort, give tea, say. It, by the time, but you say, yam for sim, yet decided she trim, say, Oko, Nisa Crana, yen shoe school, Nisanya Manama, and do not be a crifena, they kept the path. Beyond the keep here, but they kept the path. But today, the challenge is bigger because society has made sex very, very common. And men now also make it that commitment. They are not. How do we solve the problem? I don't know. But one thing I can say is that if we teach our daughters and everything so that they are not so fussy, and they can be able to marry education and marriage at an early stage for several reasons. One, medical. Breast cancer increasing. The doctors are telling us that some of that it's due to not having children at a younger age, apart from other mitigating factors and all those kind of stuff. Another thing, is if we can teach them to, because also naturally they are multifaceted. Why you at the same time. That tells me that if we train our children, they can still do the education, like you rightly said, because education is important. And also my renewing warrior, degrees, all those things is working for them. Maybe the interim, check a crab, but then afterwards, better. Because once our own party 30 now you are no longer hot on the shelf. What you say, and the women no say no nyama de higher no TV so internet to a ma to age na ho a mom nufu age na ho, and we men like to look with our eyes, we feed our eyes, and because of that most men like to go for younger women, not older women. Until the older women become a challenge, and that is why if you don't play your cards very well as a younger woman, one year you'll be left off the shelf are the way. It is the precious of time. And the Bible has already prophesied it, that these days will come, and already we are experiencing it. But then again, solution, I don't know what it is. But in my own sphere, if I can, this is what I will do. I will encourage our daughters to marry at their 20s. And also, if education is the thing, they can marry education and way. But unfortunately, some of them are very bent on career development. And they will tell you, me here bema, and they will do it. Down, do 40, I feel no realize you say, I made a mistake. Most often at that stage, a two-way. Make a win chat to Madame for back on a friend from New York, or so for penny New York, no friend, no say, dog, what a theologian on a manyasin do a master into the 20. Or say me baba we did 50, 50 something. Now, obeko menopause. Now, obi amaye into obey dan na no so ntumi ntena se ema onye we no ka say into okoye IVF into okoye sperm no okoye IVF no nyaba because so be maybe ema into no medwen ho say me say you know what, from an ethical point of view, let her go ahead with it, because at the end of the day it is about life. Let her go ahead with it. And I sat back and I realized, I thought it through properly, and I realized that is not a unique situation. A lot of women are in that situation. I know people who are coming up to your menopause. Some even have gone past menopause for money back because maybe it's partly their fault because young, because they are pursuing the education. But no matter regret it. But at the end of the day, they become. So maybe the platforms we have, we should use that to encourage women that they can multitask. And if they can multitask, now they can do education and look at their life in that realm also and take it very seriously. At the end of the day, it will help them. Maybe that's another solution. I don't know.
Maybe that's another solution. Most nipa dodo na amo nsa so mesremo emre entimi mame ho kwan. Nemum se opese yensan any doctor enka no nsa mra biemu a mesrewa ebia ka kire me ewo chat room ho no ana se your friends say I chat room ho no ka kire doctor no a obi say yensan fa ne mra biem na ne ono a wagye atum na next week yasan edinaba the lots I ka say ye ka ebia adwumadi ye ne yentimi enwie ne nti yi the month of February esi ho no say we will be talking a bit more about home affairs. In the next week, you better sign up to us so now you communication in marriage and relationship. We will also touch on respect in marriage. Yeah, na a man no ebise omonkwa na ese ema no e respect emomo. Ese mema no so no ye respect ema na ye behwe ni nyina nyame adma next week. In this abre die, bigidi se dodo na say yensan emfa doctor ensan emre biem. Rev, Mr. Wa yenje o last words na fi yen hwese nyame adom na emre bebam na next week kwan da ho dia ye besan eduaba communication in marriage.
Ye bia nipa yodo. He uwo dan, uwo cars, uwo de omuntimi no nkasa. Nipa yede. So I'm encouraging everybody, whether in marriage or normal relationship, let us sweet people up. Let us love people. Because and then senakufu ewunu. Nana sad. And then could be a mati. Say 80s, 90s, kwanu mu obafan say oh ma bomo bra. 30, 35, 40. Just say into shomo who say obi on obi kuntokwa. Afun pa kuna ewu no osu de me say na wusu. Os minimum kabina nko. Oh, you have the opportunity to love the person but no. It's you know you odo de obi kind of say boozing. Because the way life is going, it is very, very challenging. That's why I say, let's love one another. Even beyond marriage, let us love one another. Because whatever blinds us can cause a problem for tomorrow. And you realize that the person that you don't love today might be the person you might need tomorrow. And let us learn to love one another. It's important. Money is not everything.
Let us learn to love one another. Money is not everything. One story be a real story. obi ni kunu eyare da hospital wa nkɔhwɛ no ɔkɔ adwuma papa no efi mu ɔkɔ asɔre Sunday wa kɔ gyina sɛ yɛmɔ mpa yɛma na ni kunu awu man is not everything. The whole month of February, so we'll be talking about Home Affairs. And then Nyamia Adom Yensa Etimi Eka, Reverend Conon Dr. Shadrach Ofosuware. Ghana Christian Council UK ono ena oye chairperson wano ena osan a head pastor for a year Freedom Center International worldwide ene nyame adom waba ababe shirayen oni ababe twetwe enkomo bigidi se wasua bibi afimu wafa bibi afimu waka bibi ebema ebetimi asesa enioma ama aware no etimi akọ nanim ayeyie ede amaye nyame adoma next week yebesan ahwe yenyana yede no ebeba na yak about communication in relationship and marriage na yede respect in marriage.
Sorry to interrupt you. And I sorry to interrupt you. I'm so be say you don't answer questions on the chat. In the common way.
Yo, Mr. Mo fanche me peki bi ba nye ni nyina na mti me peki ye. And inti time no EBT inti nyame adoma Mr. Wa. So what the question eto honom na ye intimi answer Mr. Sign Fabra next week. Yeah, me gidi said ye papa kwa chat room kra hwe na je say ono agra wa je atun se next week obeba. Inti no ye be sign edina ba next week na yatoa enkomotwetwe ne so. Inti no medam wase say munzu munya mre na money time ma menda na me ho na me mfa enkrato ba ko ntwam ye bape David Kofi AJ obetina adwam no the tap send focus e de abro Emmanuel Boache fache me say mentimi amfa na Prince munyina mo fa nche me say mentimi amfa mo questions ni nyina but nyame adma next week mo sambra ni enhiem ye de papa e be sign abro bi producer
me did the young antechua and maybe I'm discovered for Europe akoma busuafo wo Ghana no me use tap send no fee mobile money transfer easy convenient fast and sounds so free won't you hwe me discover ye mapim tap send entienne also download the tap send app no e mobile phone so free na fesika komo abusuafo wo Ghana afa na nyina tap send papa no
Introducing Nature's Secret for Health and Wellness. Turkey Berry Organic Premium Tea. Unlock the power of wellness with Turkey Berry Organic Premium Tea. Made from the powerful turkey berry, locally known as abedru. Our tea is packed with natural goodness. Simply brew a cup and you're on your way to a healthier you. Experience increased vitality and a boost to your immune system with every sip. 100% organic, pure goodness from the earth. Our Turkey Berry Organic Premium Tea is your secret to an invincible immune system. Turbocharge your health and keep those seasonal bugs at bay. Raise your iron levels naturally and rekindle your energy. Boost your vitality, kickstart your day, and embrace life with enthusiasm. Discover the secret to sustainable weight loss. Turkey Berry Tea helps you shed those extra pounds naturally and effortlessly. Visit our website now and order your Turkey Berry Tea. Experience the difference and unlock a healthier and more vibrant you.
Reminding you that this is the sound of Africa. OT Radio is live and alive. This is the time we all put in our hands on this. This is the newest version, of course, the greatest time of our moments now. OT Radio has come to stay. Tune in on www.otradiouk.com, and of course we have live activities more coming on politics, sports, social entertainment, and everything that you request. My name is Sanko Fatichinan, so I'm gonna be part and parcel of it. And of course, OT Radio has come to say this is the sound of Africa.
Yo, abusua for me that say munyambre etwen sabre eye ebra ye de ora David Kofi Agyei ebro no de tap sen focus session e de ato aso na mi gina etie for tap sen abusua ko ni nyina na mu na ye de aseda kese e de ama Reverend Conon Dr. Shadrach Ofosuware say na nwumre so waba be insura e de ama nyina ebreba ebrema ho kwan na next week nyame e ma de pachen ya ye besan e de no abro Dave honoma take over.
Kwame, thank you so much. And then the first time I know I got late. Usually you and I start the show, but